These are interesting. Knox Corners, Oneida County, New York, December 1st, 1862. Pay to the bearer 5 cents at his store when presented in sums of $1 or more. James C. Knox. So we've got the 5 cent, the 10 cent, 25 cent, and the 50 cent. So I believe this is the full fractional denomination of what is arguably called obsolete scrip. So what is obsolete scrip? Well, according to the AI overview from Google, obsolete scrip, quote, refers to old paper money or credit issued by entities other than the federal government, such as state banks, railroads, merchants, or local governments that are no longer in circulation. It's essentially a substitute for legal tender that entitles the holder to something in return, often taking the form of credit. James C. Knox will pay to the bearer 50 cents, 25 cents, 10 cents, or 5 cents at his store. So who is James C. Knox? Well, that's where it starts to get a little tricky, because I could not actually find anything on James C. Knox himself, but I did find a whole bunch of stuff on the Knox family of Oneida County. So, John J. Knox Jr. was an American financier and government official best remembered as a primary author of the Coinage Act of 1873, which discontinued the use of the silver dollar. Knox was comptroller of the currency from 1872 to 1884. An advocate of uniform currency for the national banks of the country, his portrait was featured on the obverse of the $100 United States national banknotes of the series of 1902. His father, John J. Knox Sr., was a successful merchant and banker. He owned one of the largest general stores in Oneida County, New York, in a village that came to be known as Knox Corners. It was formerly called Knoxboro in 1863. So, James C. Knox is more than likely related to John J. Knox Sr., who owned the largest store in Oneida County in a village called Knox Corners, and more than likely related to his son, John J. Knox Jr., who was the comptroller of currency and primarily responsible for the Coinage Act of 1873. It's very interesting that I was unable to find anything besides images of these specific notes on James C. Knox himself. So very interesting examples of obsolete scrip here. Again, they're all remainders. They were never issued, but pretty cool to have in my collection. I did do a cursory search of what kind of prices these would come to bring, but the only thing I could find, well, not the only thing I could find, but one of the things I found was that these similar examples were sold on Heritage back in 2006 for around $57, which is in and about what I paid for them when I got them about a month ago from a dealer on Instagram. So here we go. This is a full fractional set of obsolete scrip from James C. Knox, his store in Knox Corners, Oneida County, New York. I think all of the backs are the same. Let's just show what they look like. It's probably uniface, but pretty cool examples of obsolete scrip. Thanks for watching.